He is dying. You know exactly now it's finished. But this kind of illness, it's one step and the next step and the next step. Finally, mentally, you have no more the same person in front of you as when you started with this person. I'm afraid maybe she realized maybe more than I am thinking, and I will hurt her if I'm telling her, you have to stay here.
In 24 hours, Ulrich will board a plane to leave Thailand, still unsure if he should leave his wife of 41 years behind.
Nobody can help me. Even the professionals, they are talking, but it doesn't help me. To take this kind of decision, you are alone.
And we will have that heart-wrenching decision coming up in the broadcast. But first, our story takes a personal turn for us at Global as our national news anchor, Donna Friesen, opens up about her family and its battle with dementia. That's next.
She forgot what I did for a living, and I'd, be sitting on the set and saying, "Oh, Mom, I'm just about to do the news. Well, can I call you back?" And she'd say, "Oh, you do the news, dear?" And it was just so.
Last second, 7 seconds, 6.
I miss that now, because then at some point, she forgot how to dial a phone. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. It seems impossible, but 4 days after that Boeing 777... When the wind blew in the winter, in a winter storm, the house would actually shake, and I'd have little snowdrift, in my bedroom window because it would blow through the cracks. I look back on it now and think, wow, it must have been difficult for my mother to raise these 3 children. And, we were very poor. We didn't call it dementia then. What people would say is, oh, she's going senile. Then as a kid, I didn't know what that meant. I just thought, oh, that's what happens when you get old. That's like summertime in Winnipeg. Summertime.
It's an emotional wrench for Donna Friesen to see her mum these days. It means saying goodbye to her son, Lucas.
I was hoping that at some point she would be able to move here and live with us. But then when she was here, I realized how well she was masking her memory loss. She would every day forget where the bathroom was in the house. Every day. She would withdraw money from the bank and then squirrel it away. I'd find it tucked in drawers in various places. And then she'd say, someone's stolen my money. And then one day she went out for a walk and she got lost.
Donna's mum lives 2,000 kilometers away in a place that's been part of the Friesen family for 2 generations.
My mother put her father there, and he died there, and she said at the time that she would rather die than ever go in there. And I really took that to heart, I thought, oof, fingers crossed she never gets to the point where she ever needs a nursing home. But that day when we drove her in there, my sister and I were just dreading it because we thought she's going to, she's going to recognize it and she's going to say, don't put me in here.
It's been a tense week, unsure if her mother would survive a pneumonia attack, and now wondering if she'll recognize the visitor from Vancouver.
Mom? No. It's Donna. Oh. Hi.
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 How do you do?
Hi. Hi. It's a beautiful color on you, too, this blue.
Yeah.
Matches your eyes. And Mom and Dad there. Mom in the blue sweater and Dad's next to her. We never talked about whether she had Alzheimer's or dementia. We never, verbalized it. Never said it. We're just going to go for a little ride down the hall, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daytime shift on the second floor. 5 nurses and a dozen or so healthcare aides supervise 102 long-term care residents. Half of them are in wheelchairs, and almost all suffer dementia.
I brought some photos, Mom. Oh. Maybe we could have a look at them.
Yeah.
She was taking all the pictures out of the photo albums. First, she was just taking them out and stacking them up. And then she started ripping them up. The dementia or Alzheimer's or, was making her just slowly rip apart her past. Her life was all just, And you remember him, Dad?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
He's just down the hall now. Yeah. Then it was about -50 with the wind chill one of those terrible days. And he went out for a walk. And my mother was in the house, but she didn't know that he'd gone out. She hadn't heard the door. He had been out in the snow for we don't know how long. At that point, he had frostbite on his fingers, his knees, his toes. He had had a heart attack and he had hypothermia. And since then, he has just slowly descended into dementia.
Henry Friesen would never return to the farm. From the hospital, he was shipped to the first available bed for long-term care in Winnipeg.
He walked into a room, thought it was his, tried to get into bed, and there was someone in there because it wasn't his room. So the guy punched his lights out, knocked teeth out, and it's all bruised, and yeah, it's pretty horrible. He never should have been allowed to walk down the hallway by himself. Someone should have been with him so that they're directing him because he can't see. Now the place that they're in is much better. Well, my dad was first in this nursing home. He was still walking, but his dementia was fairly advanced, so he had to be in a locked ward because the fear, of course, is that he would wander out.
Confinement to a wheelchair brought a kind of freedom for Henry. He was released from the lockdown ward. For the first time in 5 years, he'd be under the same roof as his wife of 57 years, sharing the same floor. But perhaps too late for either to realize.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. It's Donna. It's Donna. Nice to see you, Dad. Sometimes Dad opens his eyes, but not today. There is still a stigma about it. People still don't want to really talk about it, and they don't want to talk about what it does to you and what it does to your mom or your dad. You know, my son starts to see changes in me, God forbid. He can say, hey, Mom, I think, you know, something might be happening. You should go to the doctor. And the doctor can say, yes, it seems like you're developing dementia. Here, I can give you this. This is going to help you. You know, there's something we can do. Sorry. And I'll come back and see you a little later, okay? Okay. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay.
Of the world's leading developed countries, Canada is the only one that doesn't have a national strategy for dealing with dementia. Much of the burden of care falls on family members like Donna. It's why some are taking their relatives elsewhere. But will a husband of 41 years be able to part with his wife and leave her in Thailand for better care? That emotional decision, next.
I've been wanting my mother to come here quite a while. She's 92 and now she's got dementia. And she can't get the level of care she needs in the UK. And rather than sitting back and being frightened, I'd rather do something about it.
Peter Brown is a man with big dreams. He's a British entrepreneur who owns a 4-star tourist resort in Chiang Mai, where he lives with his Thai wife and 2 children.
Don't play too long, okay? Okay? So every day my children come to play jumping in the bed and something, we have to tell them, no, you can't do that, this is grandma room.
In 33 hours, Peter's mother, Joyce, will join the family, becoming the first dementia guest at the Chiang Mai Care Resort.
We're in startup mode, so we're a 4-star hotel resort changing to a care facility. I hope we've got about 70 people here having the time of their lives, getting the care they need.
A solitary bulldozer prepares the ground for an expansion to accommodate a new kind of foreign tourist, the kind who never leaves. Dementia victims, unable to get the care they need in their own countries.
So the builders are coming first week in March
To
do this, knock down, then
knock
we'll
down the wall, make it bigger.
re-varnish all these floors. We've got a lot of land. We've got 1,000 trees. We've got a lake. We've got 2 swimming pools. We've got gardens. The money's invested. The bank loans are signed. The Thai system produces thousands of trained nurses a year and thousands of trained assistant nurses a year.
Thailand is already known for its medical tourism. The industry pegged at almost $4 billion a year.
What I like about this dementia unit is only 5 people, so they can create strong relationships with the carers.
This latest business model that has entrepreneurs like Peter Brown buying in is called the granny export business. And it's touched a raw nerve back in Europe.
One German newspaper has likened it to shipping out your trash. If you've got an elderly parent that you want to give the best possible care you can, and the other options are abroad, then why not look at them?
After a long flight from England, Peter's mother Joyce has arrived at her new home. But the man who opened the first dementia resort for Westerners in Thailand, Martin Woodley, is concerned about what will happen to care if facilities become too large and impersonal.
If we start make large-scale institution here, to me it's dangerous, this kind of trend. This is not a paradise here. It's a very nice environment, but we have to watch very carefully for whom is really the good place here.
Even the intimacy of the family environment at Ban Kam Lang Chai is no comfort to Ulrich Kuratli, a husband who confronts his loneliest hour. The last night in a foreign land before a long pilgrimage home.
Last night, it's a record of my wife, Susanna. She stand up 14 times. And this caretaker helps her, calms her, met her to bed again. In the beginning, I thought I have a lot of time. She can no more speak, she can only walk, she can only listen. I made in my life a lot of decisions, but this is the hardest one. For Susanna, I think it would suit the best to stay here. With a team of 3 good caretakers, it's the best thing for her here. I feel a bit guilty. Even if I've stayed here already 16 weeks with her, it's very hard to leave.
Coming up, the final chapter in our journey into dementia and the painful reality setting in. Stay with us.
With her husband of 41 years on his way back to Switzerland, Susanna is alone in Thailand for the first time, confronted with the reality of dementia.
Later on, they cannot reflect anymore that what's going on now. It's much easier for them.
Comfort may come when the memories fade, but all reminders of the past haven't disappeared for everyone here.
Hello. How are you?
In the same complex as Susanna, Elizabeth is comforted by the familiarity of her granddaughter in Calgary.
I'm pretty good, how are you?
Thank you, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm on holiday.
That awareness of her old life means this new one in Thailand doesn't feel quite right.
How are you?
Homesick.
Homesick? Oh. Gates.
Ciao, ciao with you, both of you. Have a good time. Bye-bye, thank you.
At Oakview Place in Winnipeg, it's Donna's turn to say goodbye.
Hi, Dad. Hi, it's Donna.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You did.
Yes. I came to visit you.
Very good.
Looks like you had a haircut recently.
Yeah.
About a year.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of town.
Well, I just came into town to visit, to see you and Mom, and I'm going to go back to Vancouver. You okay, Dad?
Maybe there's some little sliver of him in there that once in a while, you know, can see the light, can see that we're there, can see that Mom is there, and gives him some comfort.
The pain of this disease is often felt more by family who still hold the memories instead of those who've lost them.
But it's not the Mom you knew before. No, it's not the Mom you knew before. And I think that's the hard part. You know, it's that. Yeah. It's that.
Even sharing memories now, looking at pictures, you can tell she's not, she doesn't recognize people anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for being so patient.
Oh, so appreciated. It's our pleasure.
Okay, Mom, well, I'm going to go for now, okay? I'm going to come and visit again.
Okay.
I'll see you again soon, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Bye.
Dan gaan we even meedelen. Ja?
I really hope there will be a cure, but the scientists say that it will take some, well, maybe 30 years.
I do this to have the fresh air and the moving.
Maybe we started some revolution about a new way of thinking about quality of life. In 20 years or so, maybe I'll be living here, and I want quality of life too.
No matter the city, the country, the people around them, the closing days for someone with dementia all end the same. In an unrecognizable place, surrounded by strangers.
Where is my family?
In Switzerland and Canada. Jetzt können wir wieder Deutsch reden.
Why am I here?
Jetzt können wir wieder Deutsch reden.
Not in Switzerland, not in Canada.
Ja, auch bei.
Now where am I now?
Thailand.
Huh?
Thailand.
In Thailand. In Thailand. When gone and I.
Jetzt schlafen auf der Zähne, dann können wir weiter schauen.
No go Switzerland.
I'll bring her back home now. Then I have to leave
Er brengt mich nach Hause, da wo ich wohne. Warum bin ich denn nicht zu Hause in die Schweiz? Why do I not go? Why do I not live in Switzerland?
Habits comes now, eh?
Let me go. Sleep. Go sleep. I go sleep. Go sleep.
Since we began our program an hour ago, another 900 people have been diagnosed with dementia. They will join the ranks of people lined up for long-term care. In Canada, the demand is...
It's been a very long and emotional thing to watch. And the most interesting thing is this is what awaits every one of us, you know, but the ones who took their families there, the ones looking after the people, that's the ultimate end for everyone. That's more reason why we should be more conscious of what's going on. And hope and pray for a cure as soon as possible. At least that people can live the later part of their years in dignity and in good health. That's all I wish and pray. Anyway, thanks for your time, and please remember to always subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Thanks once again. Bye.